Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm gonna put up an extra little video here. We're not driving, we're just sitting right now. We're gonna reflect back for 1 minute. 9/11. I do believe it was 16 years ago when it took place. 15, 16 years ago. 2001 is when it took place, and it's 2017, so 16 years. I just want to reflect on a few things here. I'm not going to do no editing on this. I'm not going to cut nothing out, so if you hear me stutter a little bit or whatever, because I'm thinking as I'm talking. First of all, I want to say I think there's too much hatred. Too much hatred. There's too much sarcasm out there, and there's too much people wanting to judge other people. There are people out there that you have to prove yourself to people. Some people expect you to change who you are to be something else because they don't like who you are. There's kids that are going into schools with loaded guns. They have to have detectors, security guards, police officers walking in schools to make sure that your kid that goes to school is safe. We got random shootings out here. We got people that are going into movie theaters, going into colleges, going into Starbucks, going into that are trying or succeeding in trying to hurt somebody or try to kill somebody. We got what did I hear a few years ago? A lady was fueling her car up at a fuel at a gas station, and she got shot trying to get fuel because some random shooting. 270 that goes around Columbus. We had a sniper shooter that was actually shooting vehicles as they were going by. We had a truck driver, and all of this has been on Facebook, you know, but we had a truck driver that was actually at a customer early. They weren't there yet, and he was outside his truck, and he got shot. He got killed. I guess what I'm trying to say is we live in a society today that is just whacked. Literally whacked. You have to watch, and you have to really watch your back to make sure that you're safe. I mean, I can jump out of my truck and walk up to the service plaza here, and you got to think, am I going to get shot just walking from my truck up there? Or if you go into a Walmart, is some nut going to walk inside Walmart with a semi-automatic and shoot up the place? I mean, we live in a society that isn't really a safe society anymore. And that's just people trying to harm people. But then we got people in protesting trying to take our history. They want to take statutes down. They want to take the Ten Commandments, and they want to take it out of courthouses. They want to this is how I feel, and I know there's some people out there that aren't going to agree with me. I guarantee you that I'm going to probably get a thumbs down. But you know what? We live in a society today that you have to be who you are, and you got to speak your mind. And I'm going to take the time to do this. You know why? Because I know I can. If you got that much energy that you feel that you have to And this isn't talking just to my audience. This is talking to anybody out there that's going to watch this video. But if you feel that you have to go out there and you got to shoot somebody, or you got to go inside a convenience store and you got to hold it up, or, you know, if you got that much hatred, if you got that much hate in you, and you feel like you got to harm somebody, Lord mercy, I know we don't have the draft anymore, but I'm sure you can go to the Army, go to the Navy or the Marines or whatever. Sign up, man. Go across seas and take it out on the people that are trying to hurt us. You know, if you got that much energy that you feel that you have to go out and shoot somebody, sign up and hey, shoot the enemy, you know? Trucker Jukebox has no hatred in me. I really don't. I don't hate anybody. I don't snob anybody, and I sure as hell ain't gonna judge my neighbor. I mean, you are who you are, and despite what I may think, I'm not gonna sit here and judge you, because, you know, I don't care. I'm gonna say this, but at the end of our lives, when we're all done, when we close our eyes for the final time, we ain't no longer going to be walking on this planet. We're all going to be judged. And it does say in the Bible, don't judge your neighbor. Don't judge your neighbor. You know? I think a little bit of kindness. I think a little bit of... I believe in the golden rule. I treat people the way I want to be treated. That's why I give you respect. That's why I will never talk about you behind your back and say things about you that is going to wreck who you are, you know? Slander somebody. I'm not, you know, people walk around, they're so quick in slandering you and talk bad about you. You know what? I'm not one to retaliate unless I'm backed into a corner. And don't let this squeaky voice 5'6" frame fool you. I mean, please don't let it fool you, because I think even the smallest animal out there, even if he's against something that he knows damn well he's going to lose or probably get ate, you know, he's still going to fight, you know. Unless I'm backed into a corner, I just soon walk away, especially out here on the road, because I got my 2 little dogs, and I got my truck, I got my load, and where in the hell am I going to win if I get arrested for doing something to get my truck impounded, my load impounded? My dogs, they're going to go to, they're going to go to a humane society, you know, and I'm going to get locked up, you know. So out here on the road isn't really a place to do any kind of retaliation. But Trucker Jukebox doesn't have I don't have a mean bone in my body, you know, and I'm not going to talk crap about you. I just ain't going to do that. I believe in the golden rule. I also believe in, there's a verse in the Bible that says an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. You know, I believe that if you're going to go inside somebody's house, break in and shoot somebody, I believe that you should, I don't care, put them to death. Put them to death. I mean, if you're willing to take somebody's life, then you should be willing to die yourself. I think in the trucking industry, I think each and every driver should be able to carry a firearm. I think we have a right as an individual to protect ourselves. Now, there's a lot of controversy on this about should we be able to carry a firearm in the truck. You know, if they want to say that we're crazy in the truck drivers aren't really, you know, hey, we're human beings. I'd rather really shoot somebody than and have 12 jurors. How does that saying go? I'd I don't want to die with my boots on. I really don't. I don't want them to have to drag me out of my truck. You know, I don't want that to happen. I certainly don't want, you know, I don't want myself to be harmed. You know, if I walk outside my truck and some individual walks up to me, especially if he's threatening to, or I see the threat there, I'm not just going to put my hands in my pocket. You know, I may not win, I may get shot or killed or whatever anyway, but still the same, it's going to be knowing that Trucker Jukebox, he was defending himself, and I will defend myself. I think anybody that is scared to defend themselves, you know, you got to, you know. I'm not trying to sit here trying to be macho. I'm not. I'm talking survival. We have to survive out here, and we live in a crazy world, you know. And all of this comes back to 9/11. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen at the end of the day. North Korea is already talking that they have a missile that can hit the United States. You know, if that happens, we have war here. You know, we're definitely going to have war here, and there's going to be a lot of chaos, and there's going to be a lot of people getting killed. You know, Trump says, our president says, if they try to do something like that, then we got something that we can give them, and they don't want to mess with. And but that's retaliation. If they're going to come over here and try to hurt us, then I think we should go over there and knock their blocks off. I think, like Toby Keith says, we need to put a boot up their ass, because I don't want to think that the United States is a weak country. I like to believe that we can stand up and fight. And if they bring that crap over here to our country, onto our land, I'm going to defend myself. I'm definitely going to defend myself. And I don't care what the rules and the regulations and what the government or law enforcement says I can or can't do. I'm good. Trucker Jukebox, if they're going to bring a war over here, I'm going to stand up and I'll fight. I'll fight. I really will. I don't have to worry about getting my teeth knocked out. I'll just leave them in the glove box. I just want to, you know, we just have so much chaos here in our country, and so much hatred, and people just want to be mean, or people call them trolls. You know, we got trolls out here, and I ain't talking just trolls. It's more than trolls. It's just we live in a society where people are whacked. I mean, they'll take Facebook Live and walk up to a random person and boom, shoot him, and show it on Facebook Live. Really? I just want to, this is about the only place I can really go and tell you how I feel about things. You don't get on the CB and say, hey, and start rattling how you feel, because what you're going to get is shut up, stupid, or quit whining, or quit, you know, crying or whatever. And you certainly ain't going to go inside a truck stop and sit at the counter and start rattling about how you feel about society, because you get 3 people in one room. Now, not everybody's going to agree on anything, you know. They say our industry is so big that if every truck driver were to stick together and demand this and this and this, and if it doesn't happen, then we'll stop our trucks. That will never happen neither, because it's too big. You got owner-operators, company drivers, and you got union drivers. The union may actually get together with it and say, okay, yeah, we can do this, but then you got your owner-operators, and the owner-operators, they got bills to pay. So, or you may get the owner-operators to agree, yeah, we can do this, but that would never happen. And company drivers, well, they have no say-so. It's up to the company, and the companies aren't going to shut their trucks down. So in our industry, you're not going to get nobody to agree or actually get together and agree on anything. You know what really makes me mad though? Let's take this Irene, or whatever you call this hurricane down that's in Florida. They make an announcement that they need to start evacuating people out of Florida because of the hurricane. There is enough public transportation. This really makes me mad. This is why I think money, some people think money is more important and then just helping. You take all the airlines, okay, when it was early enough for the evacuation, when the governor says, hey, we need to evacuate, we need to get you guys out of here, this is going to be a dangerous hurricane, it could be the most dangerous one there was. They could have, the airlines, let's start with them first of all, they could have said, you know what, money is important, we got to have money to run our stuff, but we're going to take 5 747s. And you all come up here tomorrow and line up. Okay, we're going to put them through this security thing to make sure there ain't going to be no harm on the airplane, right? To make sure there ain't no guns or whatever. But we're going to load up these 5 747s. We're going to fly you guys out of here. You can take Greyhound bus. Okay, instead of having 20,000 cars out there on the interstate, I-95 and I-75, which is jammed up, bumper to bumper, they're not moving hardly. They talk about carpool. Well, they could have, hey, Greyhound could have called and said, we will donate 15, 20 buses or more. And we'll go down there and you guys line up. We'll load these buses up. What, 46 people on a bus? Yeah, it's going to be a little crowded. But that's less four-wheelers that are out there on the road, right? We're going to load these buses up and we're going to roll out of here. The buses will be here tomorrow. You guys get on. We'll get these people out of here. Any public transportation, Amtrak. We're going to have us an Amtrak come tomorrow, load all these people up. We'll get you out of here. They could have gotten more, because not everybody drives. Not everybody has that access where they can just leave. You know, they're saying evacuate. Once the winds hit 45 miles an hour, you're on your own. The first responders aren't going to do nothing until the hurricane is over with. Now you take somebody who doesn't drive, they live by themselves or whatever. They have no way of leaving. They don't have the money. They just can't get out of there. So they're stuck there. Hey, the ones who can drive, who can get out of there, that's fine. But they were saying on the news that gas stations were running out of gas. Well, you got 20,000 cars trying to fuel up. But wouldn't it be easier to fuel up 5 747s? 15, 20 buses? Than it is trying to fuel up 20,000 cars. But you're not going to get the airlines taking 747s. You're not going to take Greyhound. Or Greyhound's not going to donate 15, 20 buses. How about the school industries out there that's got all these school buses? Can't they take some of them school buses and load people up? But you're not going to get that neither. Because the almighty dollar is worth more to them than it is donating a plane or a bus and helping people out, you know? I think our society is more about money than it is helping somebody. I'm not saying that's with everybody, and I understand it takes money to fuel the planes or whatever, but I'm sure that the airline or the buses, I'm sure they made enough profit where they can donate their time. I think in our society we have cowards. We got a lot of cowards out here. And what I mean by cowards are they'll speak a good word, they'll talk big, they'll stand up and beat their chest, but when it comes to shove, that's all they are. It's talk. I think you get a little better at giving than, or I think you'll feel better about yourself if you give than you do if you take. I feel that we're human beings. We're not going to live on this planet forever. There's only so many years and you're going to be gone. I'd rather die being cool than being uncool. I heard that on the Marlboro Man, Harley Davis and Marlboro Man. It was a movie. And they were fixing to jump off this train. And they were going to go back and do something. And that one guy says, I'm not going to do that. And Marlboro Man says, I'd rather die being cool than being uncool. Trucker Jukebox, it doesn't have a mean, I don't have a mean bone in my body. When I say I love everybody, I really do. I really, despite what you think of me, and two wrongs don't make a right. And despite what you think of me, I'm going to think different of you. You know, if I died at the end of my day because the Lord choose to take me, I don't want my last words to be cruel to somebody and then be gone. You know, if my Lord is willing to forgive me, I forgive people. You know, you can't accept something if you're not going to be willing to do it yourself. You know. Anyway, this is how I feel. Hope you guys don't mind. I want to thank you for letting me spout my words, and we'll see you guys later. Later.